I feel the flame, the fire in your eyes to make me afraid. But I won't lose my mind. I feel you waiting for my fall, hoping that my tongue says, chase me till I'm numb. Meet me in the darkness. You can't break my heart. It's too late to feel this hopeless. We've come way too far. It's my fight, I know I'm chosen. Nothing's better in the end when the stakes say you're faded, they can't break me. I'll be standing all alone till it's over. It's my fight, I know I'm chosen. Till it's over, swinging for the fences till my soul hurts. I just feel alive when it gets heavy. See the night coming, I'm ready. I'm in omen for the end. Are you listening? You picked the wrong night to be missing things. On the wrong side, can you see the difference? We are not the type to give up the game. Are you afraid? Are you innocent? It's a long way down if you're giving in. Turn the lights out, baby, that's my medicine. We are not the same. This is gonna slowly eating you up. Paralyzed, I'm sleeping with all my demons. I want to feel you lie. Just tell me you're not afraid to die. You won't die, die. You can't break me. You can't break my heart. It's too late to feel this hopeless. We've come way too far. It's my fight, I know I'm chosen. Nothing's better in the end with the stakes say you're faded, they can't break me. I'll be standing all alone till it's over. It's my fight, I know I'm chosen.
Hello. I evidently forgot to move my microphone in place. So you can see what we're working with. We have, not you, piece of shit. Google every time thinks I'm talking about it. So we have a bunch of paints and stuff laid out. I'm gonna look like I know what I'm doing. But believe it or not, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So make sure the hair's out the way, because it just gets annoying. Let's see, I got a freebie. How y'all doing this evening? So it's gonna be kind of short, mostly just because, one, I got other shit to do. I got D&D tonight, but I at least did want to like try out some of what I got going on. And if you see me looking over to my left, I have my monitor. Ooh, I missed a whole ass lot. I want to be part of the collective. Anywho, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm gonna repaint some shit. So I went to an event last weekend. I think I talked about it a little bit, and I started trying to paint up that light. So I started working on painting these guys here. So I kind of want like this gray-ish color scheme. This is not the color I want. If I had to say, this one here is getting closer to the color I want. And I wonder if they even like really show up the difference side by side. Yeah. So sitting side by side, you can see this one has like a more white tone, and I want more of a blue-gray finish in the end. So I'm making a custom Iron Hands. This one's not the Iron Hands. I'm making a custom Imperial Children. God damn it, not Imperial Children. Imperial Fist. God, they're like, whatever. I'm not gonna get it. So I'm working on my Imperial Fist successor colors. And the Leviathan purple is for something else. This is for skin. I might use that for skin. Lead Belcher I shouldn't need. Basilicanum gray. So the ones that we see here, that are like the super blue, were painted in this paint shade here, the Space Wolf gray. Now the Space Wolf gray gives you this blue tone. What's up, Blurred Syrup? How are you? So I am trying to figure out, I did a few different tests when I painted these. I wanted to do this on stream, but I was like trying to like bulk do a bunch of stuff, and I didn't want to try to manage like a bunch of extra stuff while I was doing it. So this Griff Charger gray, and this Space Wolf gray, this one has like a green undertone. This one has it's blue with a gray undertone, if that makes sense. So like this is basically 2 layers of this paint here. So I need to like work out. I basically figured out these two don't do what I need them to do. So what we're doing is testing out a different gray, which is called Basilicanum gray. So if you see the gentleman that's on the paint podium, so he is spray primed in black, and then I kind of did an off-brand of a technique called zenithal highlighting, where you're like basically put white paint going down as if light is falling on it, and it leaves the shaded and shadow areas in black, so that like as I apply a paint that is largely translucent like this contrast paint, it is going to leave the areas more exposed. So I'm gonna thin down like a touch of Basilicanum gray and then do a layer of it, and we're gonna see what it turns out on here. I'm also testing out, I finally like broke down, wow, these are like getting washed out all the way. I broke down and bought some army painter brushes, and I'm gonna test out I'm gonna figure out like, this is the regiment brush, which of my existing paint brushes is closest to the army painter regiment brush. So I have no labels on these, but this is a little too thick and doesn't come to like quite as, wow, I am holding these out like you can see them. So this is like my normal brush that I started with. This is like the Army Painter Regiment one. I need to back it off a little bit. And I don't think it's gonna focus on it super well. So this is fine. For what I'm doing, it's probably fine. Yeah, the tip on this one is just basically destroyed. So let's give the Army Painter one a try. I spent the money on it. Let's see if it actually does what I want. So a lot of people recommend using the regiment brush to go about applying their layers of contrast, and it's been a learning process. So I didn't realize that, like, as I'm applying contrast paint, like, you don't want to like just like kind of slop it over the piece. Like, yeah, you like do a thin coat and like just kind of put it on, but I was putting it on and like covering up areas and going over multiple times before it set up. And if you're doing something like that, you're not giving the paint enough time to set up. So what I want to do is make sure like I like just go over in a single pass and then like wait for it to set up before I like try to do a second coat. Like, I wasn't trying to do multiple coats at once, but I just was like, I don't know how to describe it. I wasn't doing it right. That's all that matters. So I'm trying to like get everything situated so it's as much out of the way as possible. But these have been primed, zenithalled. A lot of the metallic pieces that I actually don't mind if they get covered in the contrast paint have already been done in. So like the teeth on the chainsword, the metallic bits on the bolt pistol, the Aquila on the chest, those have all been at least like had their first layer of black put on. Oh wait, it might, did it not work? Oh, I wonder. I might need to renew what's it called, the stream tokens, because the app may not be connecting properly. I'm sorry. Sorry, actions may not work right today because I fixed something and broke something else, as I do. So we will sort that out another day. Hey, thank you for dropping in. All right, well, let's give this a shot. I am, as it says, a very I'm a noob to this. I've probably painted, I think I did like one squad before today, not counting these guys I've been testing on. Whew. So the one bad thing about contrast paint is like it separates out. So I gotta like shake the shit out of it. And I haven't gotten like any like adjutant media where I want to like put like a rock or a steel ball bearing inside this thing. Might, no, let me actually just keep shaking the monster. God damn. Yeah, there's like, I'm gonna have to like stir it because I am not making any headway on that clump at the bottom. Ah! And my arms are sore from the gym yesterday, so it's not helping at all. So let's get the all. Come on, wake up. Okay, I think that might be an interesting shade. Your viewer is willing to... Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you for the motivation. Yeah, no, this is like the first time I've done painting on stream. I've done so I actually built a good chunk of these dudes on stream. Where my brain? Sorry, it's been a long day. I just got off work. I like did some stuff around the house before I set up to try to start streaming. But I appreciate the motivation, Lila Lejeune? Lejeune? I'm Lila. Is it alright if I call you Lila? Because I'm gonna be struggling here if I just keep trying to figure it out. But no, I appreciate the words of encouragement and motivation. Now, like I do this just because I like it. Like I like fooling around and setting stuff up like this. Okay, it's just bubbles. All right. Good. So we're actually gonna move these dudes. 'Cause I wanted to show them off when we first started, but I'm gonna move this behind the keyboard. And little Agan. Oh, Aegon. Brain. Aegon as in Aegon Targaryen. Alright, I'm gonna move this plate. That's my other folder. Move this here. I gotta like clean up my area so I can like get this like more better laid out. Using I want. So this is Lamia media. So technically I can get like ooh shit. I can get contrast media. And contrast do you know oh the Aegean Sea between Aegean. Wow. I really missed like the yes I do know Aegean. I just did not think Aegean when I saw that. So we're gonna do a touch of words, a touch of Lamia media, and Lamia media is the initial paint. It's the old school paint medium. So technically, like contrast medium has a different medium where they suspend the pigment in. On Turkey, that's why. Ah, that's dope. All right, gonna get a little bit of that off. Let's see. It's a bit of a dark gray. I might get a bit more. Oh shit! Let me not lose my phone. Drop. Want to thin that down just a little bit more. So I'm thinning off the amount of paint on the brush. We're gonna start down at the bottom, and I need to make sure I have room so I'm not like riding against that. We're going to just. So it's actually going to be a little hard to see the results of this because I'm applying a gray over a white and black that already wants to look gray. So the first layer may not do a whole lot. Closer. But the good news is I actually kind of already like the color I have here. Shit. Okay. that actually did kind of good. So I know it's like really subtle because I am applying gray onto white and black, but it's doing, like, I can tell better here because I don't know exactly how great this camera is on the color, but it's giving me sort of the a light gray, almost stone finish. So I need kind of a neutral gray shading. I gotta figure out exactly like how many runs of it I need to do. So yeah, where that went from like kind of a white to a gray, that did a good job right there. All right, so this is something I am learning a little bit right now because this is my first time using this brush. I don't know if I am the biggest fan of, like, for setting down and not worrying about like setting down and not worrying about the brush rolling away on me. The Army Painter brush, it's kind of deep, but it is kind of a pain right now. So what I'm using, so normally, or the old way you did this stuff, paints or acrylic paints were largely opaque unless you like really watered them down. And GW and Army Painter and basically all your big like paint suppliers that supply like these brush on layer paints and stuff started selling or in essence like inks and shades that are just like made with a different type of binder, so it has like a different running property. And it allows them to stain the surface and then run down into the recesses. It's actually really hard, and I wish I had a second light here. Well, I'm just destroying the tip on this. Okay, that's actually like not looking bad. So we're gonna basically we're just working our way up the model. We're gonna go do the next leg. So this is giving me the neutral gray I want. I might test this. I might test this with let's see. I don't think I whitewashed this guy, so I did 2 layers. I felt bad, but I need to leave, bro. No, don't feel bad. Like, you got shit to do. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Thank you for dropping by. I really appreciate it. So what I want to try is basically if I put on, I think if I do a layer of the Space Wolf with a layer of the Basilicanum, it may be too dark. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll do some tests because like I want to find a kind of a simple recipe to get these guys the color I want. So again, this is a good spot where you can actually see it. Because again, this is like a very subtle change in shade that I'm doing with this one. There was a little too much paint there. But it went from sort of that white to an almost stone gray. And we're gonna go... Alright, so this is always the hard part for me because I had to get down. In kind of this undersloped area. Alright, I think that's what I'm going to get on this run. Need to rehydrate my brush. It was a nice little like relaxing thing to do after work. For a nice long day of making money for other people. Sitting down and make something for yourself. Yeah, like I may not be on the longest today. I gotta like break to go make dinner, probably 6:30 at the latest. I'll probably be on for like just close to another hour. Proper. Yeah, I gotta make dinner at 6:30 and I got D&D. So, not gonna be the... Sorry. Really? Huh. Sorry. Random music thing. So, what I'm listening to is... So there's a music label for like hardcore, post-hardcore rock and stuff like that called UNFD. And the band that just came on, Architects, I thought had ended their contract with them. So I was just surprised, like, this sounds like Architects. Alright. There. Wait, did I already do this? I may not have. Oh yeah, I think I'm second coating this now. That is giving me a decent preview. We're gonna do the hip armor. I'm sorry if I shift off screen because like my natural reflex is to like get really close so I can manage the strokes better. Remember, get close so you can manage your strokes. So I'm going over in some places where I already have like a base coat down of like a metallic. When I go over to do my second coat, I'm probably going to be a bit more subtle. So this right here, I'm going to leave untouched. God, what am I thinking about? I'm going to leave untouched here because that's going to go to a brown, and these paints are shades. So not shades. Well, they're shades to not overly complicate it. So because they're translucent, that's the word I was looking for. Because they're translucent, whatever I do on one layer is going to show up on the next one. And while like a gray wouldn't be bad, I want my undertone for that that particular detail piece there to be white instead of this gray. I wish my hands were steady enough for this for this kind of thing. Yeah, so you don't necessarily need them to be super steady because mine aren't amazing. Like I don't know, like I feel like when I focus on it, it gets better, but like my hands will shake and stuff like that sometimes. And even like what I'm doing right now, you don't need to be super precise. It only has to be like precise enough for you to be happy with it. So like the dry brushing on here is like by no means perfect. Cause it's kind of big and streaky. And what I'm doing right now, like if I make a mistake, you can just go back in and touch it up later. Like this is only to make me happy. This just has to be done up to the level of quality that like makes you the owner of the miniature or whatever you want to paint happy. So like I don't really care. I want it to like look nice, yeah. Like the biggest thing I care about is like I just want the color to be right. Like if I get the color right and like get it blocked in like a general good fashion, then I'm happy. So the next thing I gotta like worry about is as I go down and do this hand, I want to keep away from parts of the gun. So one thing I do like this color blue that this Space Wolf Gray gave me. So I may do a version of this as a wash on the gun. So, because I want the gun and one of the pauldrons to kind of have like a standout feature. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So we're gonna do the chest now. I'm gonna try to keep it off of the Aquila in the chest. So we're going to try to just line the edge and pull it down in a way. If we get it a little bit on the edges, it's fine. Here we go. So we got that little bitty corner right there. I think I did this bit coming back. This one's not going to show up super hard because one, it's like in the armpit. And like it's shaded black, so it's going to fade out pretty fast. So what I really want is these white bits. And because again, this is a pretty neutral shade going into a dark area. It's like dark against dark, so the contrast isn't super high. It'll be harder to see. But it'll be easier to see if like I miss the if I miss that white that's sitting right next to it. I'm gonna have to like probably like stop touching here in just a second because I need to let the coat that's there set up. I'm gonna have to like hit this on the second coat. what will start happening is you'll just pull the paint away and it won't actually like coat it properly. So yeah, that's going to get done on the second go. So we'll start doing this arm and coming down. So we'll do the backpack. Yeah, so where like this brush is annoying, so I don't know if you can see it super well. This brush is like triangular across his body, and if I want to like roll the brush to like shape my point and then like clear it off, I have to like roll it over the individual things, and that's like really annoying. So I need to get right down here. So this is right here is actually a really good place to see it because it's a really small area and the, like it's not as many flat surfaces. I need to also make sure they're saying use the regiment brush and not the monster brush. So I think the monster brush might actually work a little better in here. I'm kind of like tearing up the point on this regiment brush. But I think like that's the most notable one where you can see. All right, go. Sorry, real close to see this detail. Yeah, so I was trying to get like right up against the fingers. I couldn't like see between the fingers and the grip on the gun, so I had to get in there to do that. And now we get, and yeah, so the other thing I'm gonna have to do is I really need to darken up my Aquila because like that just looks silver on gray is hard to see. Oh shit. All right, now let's do the shoulder pad. All right, so that's the shoulder pad. So there's like stuff you need to do to get better at like avoiding having sort of tide marks and brushstroke marks. I think for this is like you start in the middle and you pull down. I will figure that out another time. But I have an evenly coated shoulder pad, or largely evenly coated. Try to do this one better. So we're gonna do the corners. Not amazing, but I got it in there. Actually, I think we're... Let me not paint my, my microphone by accident. So you'll be able to really see the difference in these two when I flip it. And put the two side by side. So I guess like the question is, does this do what I want? So if I want to get a really nice neutral blue base layer, gray base layer. So what I think I may do is I want to do this one where it's just a test of 2 coats of basilicanum. I may test out a different brush applying it next time. So we'll do 2 coats of the basilicanum on this one. We'll see what 2 coats basilicanum looks like on here. And then we will do one where it's a coat of basilicanum base with Space Wolf gray on top of it. I think that might be like our 2 pieces for today. I may try a different brush for doing my base coating with this, because I feel like this regiment brush is a little overkill for the level of detail that I want. Once we finish applying, I think all we got left is the gorget, the helmet, and the backpack. I also came up with like ideas on like how I want to paint the mask, or like the front face of the helmets. So these guys are roughly based on the Jabari tribe from Black Panther. That's sort of the initial inspiration for this company, this clan company I'm working on. So my homebrew chapter kind of follows the Iron Hands and Space Wolf philosophy of how they organize their chapter. And each chapter is, each company, instead of being sort of the standard Space Marine chapter company organization, they follow clan company organization. In doing that, each company kind of has its own, each clan clan company has its own unique identity. And I decided my Marines would pull each of their company's heritage would be pulled from one of the tribes from Black Panther. So each company, while like sort of like matching certain elements so that they all can be seen as a chapter, the companies will have pretty distinct fighting philosophies, unit organization. And sorry I'm talking slow while I'm doing this because I'm like super hella focusing. All right, I'm actually getting tired. Brush. Like it is neat. I like it. I think this is going to be a really cool detail brush. But for like how I want to apply my contrast paint, I think it might be a bit overkill, and the shape of it is getting annoying. So I don't know what this is, but it's like a layer brush, since I'm kind of just like spreading this on. This does exactly what I need, and I can use the edge to hit detailed spots. The only reason I'm not rehydrating is I just cleaned this before I sat down here. But now you can. So when I go back in and do the details, I may use that regiment brush, but oh shit, I pulled too hard there. All right, yeah, nah, that works way faster. All right, so we have one Marine base coated in Basilicanum gray. All right. So we're gonna let that's gonna be our double Basilicanum gray buddy. Ooh no. We're gonna grab another Assault Marine. This one I feel like I did better with the dry brushing. So we're gonna do another buddy, and he is gonna be done with Basilicanum gray base, and then Space Wolf blue on top. So what I'm doing is I'm getting the paint out of the pot and stippling it onto a palette sheet. And the palette sheet is basically just going to let me kind of better control my mix of paint. Because I then add a few drops of the Lamia medium. And it lets me thin down the paint before I put it on, and then making sure my brush is properly hydrated before I pull off a little bit of paint. And then this one, because this brush is so much wider, I can kind of just do wide swaths on this. And for how I need this paint to go on, I don't necessarily need to be the most delicate in the world. So, I said it before, I like some of how the highlighting detail is done on this Marine. I also feel like I kind of like skimped out on it a little bit in some of the lower areas, but shit, did not mean to paint that. Yeah, I think I like the way this applies my contrast paints a little bit more right now. Maybe I'm not fancy enough to like want to use the army painter brush. I feel like I'm gonna get like some wild tide marks there. So like because this like settles over time, I feel like I'm gonna get like some poor setup because I like pulled it so much. All right, I need to be carefuler, more cautious painting the arm with this brush. All right, I gotta find. You can actually see the inside. Okay. Look at that. That's not bad.
Darkness devours the sky. As we near the last hour, we wait as they rise for the march of the dead. Dead, 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 dead.
That's looking downright good. Like, honestly, comparing, I think is also because, like I said, like the dry brushing on this one is like way more subtle. Comparing the finish between these two, this one looks way better. So we will see what happens when I like go back to do like another run. And I think I'm going to go on and do a third one. I don't want to do the third one. So I'm doing one Basilicanum, one Basilicanum Space Wolf, and I guess I need to do one Space Wolf then Basilicanum. So we'll get a. Do I have time to paste the third one? I think I got time. Like using this brush, considering like it took me like damn near 40 minutes to do the other one. Yeah, this is a way better finish just by switching my brush. Okay. Buys expensive brush, gets better finish when you actually know what you're doing with old brush you like using. Okay. So what's going to be next is I'm going to shift my palette just a little bit. I'm gonna clean the silicon gray off of this guy. And we're going to get our so this is the space wolf gray. I just like spilled some, so I had to like try to pot it in whatever I could. So we're gonna close up the silicanum. I don't think we're gonna get to the second coat on stream, but I'll be posting pictures of my test and results later on. So let's see if I can find another one where I like the base color a bit. Did I wash this one already? If I wash this one in blue, I should be alright. Because I want to keep it to... I want to try to keep this to like 3 layers, so I'm not driving myself insane with like getting the base color down. Because I'd like to have like just as like 2 layer, like 1 layer of this, 1 layer of this, and this gives me the color I want. If I'm like starting to do a whole lot more than that, I am getting in way too deep for the number of Marines I have to paint in the end. So like if I can do a color, and a wash and get the correct shade, then like we're in business. I think I got like way too much paint this time, to be entirely honest. Close that up because this will spill apart. Now we'll get a little lamia. Fix her then down. Space gray. All right. Now we'll just come across the boots. And come down the legs. Have to make sure the cod piece is painted. Can't go out there with unpainted cod. I also think that like thinning down the Space Wolf gray is doing a lot of favors for it. So the inspiration for the shade that I'm going with is because, like I said, these are inspired by the Jabari tribe, and I'm saying that their home planet in the system where this chapter is located is Ice and Mountain. Because in the Black Panther books and movies, the Jabari are the white apes of the mountains. In a lot of these detailed areas, what you're doing is letting the brush do the work. So like where I'm trying to paint the back of this hand, the way that the contrast paint works is it'll run down into the recesses to create like areas of difference, even on top of sort of the contrasty finish we already have. And I'm only kind of like slapping it on now because I'm almost out. I may have been a little too aggressive with how little I put on to the palette this time. I don't want to redip. To redip it. No! No! Don't hit it! Let's get this backpack done. Just a little bit on the brush. Oh wait, I already done the helmet and the backpack. Just make sure just a little bit on the brush, get a nice little thin coat on there. I don't have to be delicate with this first coat. I can just hit it where it needs to go. And basically, it'll settle down. You have your blue. We're gonna wash this one more time. Basically pulling all the way down to the arm. Oh, nice wash. All right, so we got the base coats down. It's 6:30. If it weren't 6:30 and I didn't have other stuff to do tonight, I'd go on and like I could start on doing the second coat of basilicanum on the first marine that I painted. But unfortunately, I have to make dinner and pack for the trip I'm going on this weekend. So like we discussed last night, there are not going to be any streams this weekend. This is probably going to be the last stream of the week, and I'm going to attempt is the strong word there, to do a MOBA game Monday. So we're going to try to do a MOBA game Monday. because I want to get through the last of the Gundam games. And I think my camera's like offing. So I'm actually kind of tired from. I'm pleased. Let me bring the media back up. Let's bring out our beautiful contestants. So we have our pure Fenrisian blue. I keep calling Fenrisian blue because like Fenrisian gray was the old one. And then army painter brush, cheap no name brush. I got from Hobby Lobby like last year. And then same thing with the blue. So like I said, this is 2 layers. Let's blow this up. This is 2 layers of that Space Wolf gray. This is 1 layer of Space Wolf gray. My current plan is 2nd layer Basilicanum, layer Space Wolf gray, layer Basilicanum. And we're gonna see what gives me the finish I want. So look forward to seeing some pictures on IG and Twitter. As I have time, I'm going to try and do more hobby and paint streams. I don't know if I'm going to routinely do these on Thursday because I have like some other stuff that I want to do with this time. Still sorting out like what like an actual streaming schedule is going to look like. I'm medicated again, so I'm like feeling better. I'm medicated for the ADD. The anxiety is actually fortunately largely under control. I think. We'll see. Anyway, trying to figure out all this. And is this going to be an adventure of getting these colors right? I'm hoping like with this set here, this will kind of nail the main body color that I'm going to be going for. So what we are going to do now is find us somebody to raid. Because like I said, your boy is hungry. I kind of wish I would have pulled out the steak sandwiches that I had as an option for dinner, but I'm going to do a spicy plantain bowl. Let's see, Carbite playing Red Dead Redemption. Pom Pom. Let's raid Pom Pom because I was hanging out on her stream today. She's playing Ard. So y'all go be cool. Here's all the stuffs. Come follow me on the socials. You'll be able to see the pictures of the minis as I get them done. What is it? Socials. Come join the Discord. I'll also be talking about like mini and hobby stuff there. I might even do like teaching games on virtual tabletop for people if anyone's interested, as I learn to use virtual tabletop. And here's the raid message. So I want y'all to be awesome, have a good night, and I look forward to seeing you next week whenever I decide to get back on stream. Yeah. Oh wait, it might help if I like actually launch the raid. I always like start doing outro stuff and then like forget to actually start timing in the raid. But yeah, y'all be cool, y'all be easy, take care.